What's going on, everyone? It's Nick Dorenzo here, and I wanted to talk about today how the life you want to live, like the person you want to become, is always within the fog. It's always within the unknown. It's always within the uncertainty. And if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know my story with derealization, how I went through a period of my life to where I didn't feel any emotion. I didn't really feel like myself. I didn't have any of the things I do now, which is that just the ability to live in the present was all I wanted out of life. And I was reflecting on my whole journey. I was reflecting, it's not like I've conquered life, but I've gotten my life back. Like, I've gotten from the lowest point of my life to where I didn't want to live to now where I can just help other people and I can do all these things. And the way I got here was because I was able to trust that the work I was doing, that me showing up, regardless of how I felt, would have gotten me to where I am now. That was it. It was the ability to trust, to know, to always know that every single solitary action I would take was going to one day lead me to a positive outcome. And I always knew that this version of myself, that recovery was possible at the end of the day. You have to create recovery for yourself by changing your belief system. Because your whole entire reality is all based off of your set of beliefs. And the only way to start to change your life is to be that person now. To believe that it's already happened. Now, when I started to feel the emotions and live in congruence with the fact that I was already recovered before I got there, that's what really got me to even be in line or getting closer to recovery. When you're going through anxiety, derealization, you have to understand that they're nothing more than a sign of misalignment. It's trying to tell you that you aren't aligned with the best version of you, the version of you that you were meant to become. It's signaling that you're truly not your highest self. And a lot of times, like the way I like to look at it is like God is literally asking you. He's watching you above. He knows the life that you were meant to live. He knows the potential you have. He knows the person you can be. And he's asking you, he's saying, this is who you could become. This is the person that I know you can become. And he's seeing the actions that you're taking. In my example, I was smoking weed. Growing up, I was always super confident and insecure at the same time. It was the hardest thing to explain. Like, there was a point to where I didn't experience any real anxiety, but I had a lot of insecurities about myself. And I would try to smoke weed, drink, all these things, party as a way to, I used my hyper focus and my obsessive hyper focus ability towards negative shit. And basically I destroyed my whole life. And I had all these crazy ambitions. I had all these things I wanted to do as a kid. And it's like God saw that in me. He saw that I wasn't living up to the potential I was supposed to have. He saw that as a kid I would pray for things. I would always ask him hey God, could you give me all these things? Could you give me these materialistic things, whether it was a good body, good physique, financial freedom, all these things. I would always want all these things. I would want confidence. I would want all these things. And I realized God saw the ambition in me, and he saw that the actions I was taking weren't in line with those things. So instead of answering my prayers, he didn't just answer my prayers right away. He broke me down on purpose in order to build me back up into the person who could accomplish my endeavors and my goals. Because a lot of times, the answer, you can't really see it. The answer is not what you want, it's what you need. And derealization forces you to align yourself with what you would have never even seen otherwise. And it's kind of hard to put into words because there isn't any language to describe really what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's something you have to experience yourself. A lot of times there's puzzle pieces in life and things come together in ways that are undescribable. Life is so unbelievably perfect, and if you don't understand that, just look around you. How are you functioning right now? How is your body working? How can you speak? How are we alive right now? It is perfection. You weren't born to go through what you're going through. You're only going through what you're going through because there is a better version of yourself. So when I was smoking weed, when I was drifting away through life, you don't even have to get it through weed. You could be living in your head a good life perfectly and still get DPDR and anxiety because there is a better version of yourself and you have so much more potential. Think about where you could be. So when I was going through all this shit, I had derealization for 4 years, but it took me years of continuously partying, smoking while I had these feelings. I quit all of them for years and I was still chasing something better. But it was the moment to where I let go when I realized that right now I can tell myself I am 100% recovered. My subconscious mind would never know the difference. I was like, right now, the only way for me to truly become recovered is to live like I'm recovered, act like I'm recovered, embody the best version of myself, have all my habits aligned. And that's where I dedicated my life. You know, I don't know if you guys have been following me for how long, but I woke up at 4 a.m. every single day, did all these things. I had a bunch of slip-ups. You know, I wasn't a perfect human being, but I started to align things within my life. I quit weed, alcohol, nicotine, porn, ADHD medication like Adderall, all that shit. And I remember my friends, they never directly called me crazy and insane, but you know, you can kind of look like you're insane when you completely when people aren't on your standard, when people aren't up to that standard of excellence, and you drop all your vices and you dedicate your life to that standard of excellence, you're gonna have to drop old friends. You're gonna have to kind of let go from the old path. You're gonna have to leave that old environment, and that's something I had to do. You know, I spent 2 years in complete solitude, complete isolation, in order to find myself. And this is why I do now, because I don't want you guys to have to go through all the shit I had to go through in order to recover. But I spent all this time studying the mind and studying the power that is from within. Because for so many years of my life, I would always chase external things to validate myself and to fulfill this void. But I realized that God literally wanted me to have to go through everything I've been through to be the person I am now. I don't even know how I physically survived some of the mental states I was in. Like, I really never thought I would ever get my life back. And I look here today, and I'm not perfect. Again, like, I am not this perfect person, but I am recovered, and I am actively chasing my highest self. I don't think there's ever going to be a point in life to where you truly are your quote-unquote highest self, but embodying and chasing the highest self is the point of life. I think the meaning of life is to genuinely be the greatest version of yourself in order to help other people. It's to be the best version of you. So if you guys are watching this video right now, you're just lost in life, you don't know where to go in life, you have to trust. You have to believe it's already done, and then just follow your intuition. Do the things that are going to make you align. If you don't know where to start, just write down your goals. Make them clear. Know what you want. That's what I did. I literally grabbed a pen and a piece of paper. I quit social media, and I would write down every single thing that I wanted out of my life, and every single thing I had to do to get to where I wanted to be, and to become the person who could get those things. And then I wrote down everything that was stopping me from getting there, and I just did the work, and I trusted, even through the fog, even through the unknown. Because a lot of times you're going to take action, you're going to do steps towards becoming the person you want to become, and every single thing is going to go against what you're doing. Your friends are going to doubt you. You might have, if you have derealization, you're gonna have like therapists telling you you have something wrong with you. Your friends, your family, yourself is going to think you're going insane. But you have to know that there is a reason that you're going through this. You have to have this positive growth mindset and perspective, or you will never be able to weaponize and get something out of something like this. You can use this. You can literally weaponize this and become someone you never thought was possible. And it also gives you this extremely positive and thankful perspective on life. Like, I'm able to look at life and I can see it from a different lens. I can really look around and be like, wow, this is an opportunity, and it's not something that, like, it's truly a blessing that we get to live every single day. And it's really hard to have this sense of gratitude if you don't go through this. It's hard to put like what I've been through into words and like really put it out on here, but I just want you guys to understand, like, you're not alone if you're going through this shit. It's not just you. It's like you're not the only person. So many other people experience derealization anxiety, but so many people, they don't get access to videos like this. They don't even know this thing exists. They don't even know this channel exists. They don't even know anything like this exists. They don't know that they have so much purpose in life. They have a person that is so much greater than they could even physically comprehend. There is a version of yourself that is so much farther than you could ever thought was imaginable. But it's up to you to find out the misalignment in yourself. You are put on this earth for a reason, and every single person has their own gifts. They have their own purpose, and they have a reason that they were put on earth. And if you don't find that within yourself, If you don't find that within yourself, you're gonna have to live in the whole entire life knowing that I told you right now that you can change. You can change. But currently in life, I have a lot of friends. Everyone else, went to go to college. I know I'm moving to Miami in a few months. Insanely ambitious. I think I'm gonna go on a trip actually in a few weeks. I'll go for like 3 weeks at a time. I just want to get in an environment surrounded by like-minded people. But you'll come to realize like your environment when it comes to derealization and anxiety is huge. If you want to recover, if you want to be stress-free, you have to have a good environment. You have to surround yourself in the right way. You have to do the daily non-negotiables and habits. You have to be your best self. But it's up to you guys to find the misalignment in your life and to walk in the unknown, walk in the fog, walk when everything's telling you not to. Because at the end of the day, you could have every single door open, every single window open. You could have a path right in front of you. But if you don't walk in the unknown, you can't fulfill your own God-given credo that it was literally put there for you. It was put there on earth for you. You are here to have an impact on this world. You are here for a reason. I am here for a reason. I knew I was always meant to inspire. I knew I was always meant to, preach on, like just to talk, like to get my message out there. Because when I was struggling, there was always this voice really deep in my head that was telling me that I could do something with my life still. That one day, if I did recover, I would never ever take a day for granted. And I never really mentioned this that much on this channel, but there was a day to where I was praying to God. I was literally on my knees. I thought my life was over. And I said to God, I was like, if you could give me one more day to where I feel alive, to where I could be president again, I will never, ever take another day for granted. And I stand here today, living proof that it's possible. That God works in wondrous ways. That the world is so perfect, and if you don't give yourself the right to be recovered, if you don't allow yourself, if you don't let go and surrender to what God has for you and what the world was put you here for and just like what is going on, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. You can stay in derealization for the rest of your life, but it's a choice. It's a mental choice, and it's not something you can explain too much in words. You have to go out and figure out for yourself by really just surrendering to what you're doing, putting in action every single day, like the expectation, like you need to recover for tomorrow, but have no expectation on needing to recover mentally. Like have the mindset of like, I could be in derealization forever, but it doesn't matter because my goals are so much bigger than it. Build a life bigger than DPDR. Be aligned. Have your habits aligned. Chase your highest self and just become. At the end of the day, I know I've been ranting on a bunch of different things, but I like these videos really raw. I just want to make a nice raw video talking about my story, some of the things I've been through. But at the end of the day right now, I don't know exactly where I'm going to end up. I hope I can look back in this video, and it's not just financial goals. I have insane financially successful goals, but I want to help and inspire as many people as possible because I feel that I am put here. I went through what I went through to spread the message. Every single thing that's happened to me in the last 2 years has happened for a reason. Why? Because I've let it happen to me. I've had the clear outcome. I've had the clear vision, and I've had the clear end result, and I've been living by the end every single day. And guess what happens when you live by the end? When you become the person who's recovered and you live by that future self, everything unfolds so much faster. You guys need to feel the way you're going to feel when you recover right now. If you say I need to recover first and then I'll be happy, I need to recover first and then I'll live my life, I'll need to recover first, then I'll start that business, I need to recover first, then I'll get in shape, you'll never recover. You have to first be recovered. You have to first be mentally happy, and then recovery comes as a byproduct of how you feel. Because it's always internal first, and the world's going to be a mirror and a reflection of how you feel in here. So at the end of the day, guys, keep killing it. Stay your highest self. Chase your highest self. Be the best you can be. And I guarantee you will unlock in not just a recovered version of yourself, but a version of yourself who always chases the version of you above, who always chases your God-given calling. With that being said, I'm about to go home for the day. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys want to reach a full recovery in weeks with me by your side every step of the way, you can DM me, link in the bio on Instagram, NickDPDR, the link's in the bio. Just DM me Freedom. We can have a conversation. I'll see if you're a good fit, and potentially we could work together. But at the end of the day, I'm here for all of you guys, and we're all here together You know, if anyone's been through derealization, seen all the sides of it, it's me. And I'm here to spread that purpose and to show that no matter how far gone you think you are, you can and you will get your life back.